Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a new day. It is Wednesday afternoon, just 10 after 12, and I am heading to the Wednesday afternoon food pantry. So I wasn't able to go last week, so I'm glad I'm going this week. So hopefully I get a chance to go to tomorrow's food pantry as well, so that way I make both of them this week. Alright, so I'm gonna put you on the dashboard. And I just kind of wanted to talk about a couple things, nothing, no life-changing stuff or anything, but just talk about a couple things. So let's get going. All right, everyone. So it is a beautiful day. Temperature is 76 with a real feel of 79, so not too bad at all. And there's just a tinge of humidity, but really not bad at all. We had worse bouts in July, so I'm not complaining. So, a little hazy outside, not quite complete blue skies, but that's okay. Hope you're all doing well. I know a lot of you are ready for fall, and so am I, but you know, when I say I'm ready for fall, I mean the build up to fall. And fall itself, don't get me wrong, I want fall itself, but I love the build up to the actual time, to the holiday or whatever, the season, than having the actual season almost be over or the holiday be gone. So like when people say, oh, I'm excited for Christmas Day, I'm not excited for Christmas Day only because that means the next day it's over. I'm excited for the build up to Christmas Day. That's more my season. That's what I love most of all, is the build up to that Christmas Day. The whole Christmas season. I'm sad when it's Christmas Day because then I know the next day it's gone and it's over for another year. So I'm not in a rush for, like, I love the fall season, but I'm not in a rush because time is going by so fast that fall is going to be here and gone before we know it. So I just want to enjoy the build up to fall. Like, I know it's August and it's still complete summer, but come September 1st, that's like my build-up season. And I mean, right now it kind of is, but it's still too warm for me to get in that mentality. But September 1st is definitely the start of my build-up season. So September 1st, the first week of September, I plan on putting up all my fall stuff and possibly the Halloween stuff. Now, I don't do like scary, gory Halloween stuff. I do like cute stuff. So that, as fast as time goes by, that's going to allow me to enjoy that for 2 months, September and October. And then come December or November, see, I'm skipping right over November. Come November 1st, or like right after Halloween, I'll still have some fall stuff up, because technically I like to see the fall stuff up. I'll put some Thanksgiving stuff up all the way through Thanksgiving. But I'll also have some Christmas stuff put up after Halloween. So I'll have a combination of fall / Thanksgiving / Christmas. That way I have nearly 2 months to enjoy each season, each holiday. Now, I'm not saying Halloween is an actual holiday, but just the season itself. In the past, you know, I did 1 month of each, but the time goes by so fast, it's gone before you know it. So now I'm giving myself 2 months. And I know a lot of you already have fall stuff up, and that's great. But in my mind, it's still too warm for that. But anyway, that's not what I actually had intended on talking about, but since I started the conversation. So yeah, that's my plan for the entire last September, October, November, last 4 months of the year. And these are my favorite 4 months of the year: September, October, November, December. So actually, what I wanted to talk about is nothing that I'm doing or anything. It's just more about reflection. Reflection on things you do, what you're capable of. And what got me thinking of this was somebody had made a comment on a video I put out a year ago when I disassembled a king-size mattress. And that was a big task for me. And when I say disassemble, I mean I pulled off the padding, all the cushioning, and broke it down to the springs and carried it out myself. So that kind of got me to watch that video. I actually don't watch my own videos. The only time I'll watch one of my own videos is if I'm looking for a recipe that I didn't write down that I know I made a video on, but I actually don't normally watch my videos. I live it and I edit it, and that's plenty for me. But when that person made a comment on that video, they just, it was a good comment and said great video. It just prompted me to go back and look at that video, and it just got me thinking that I've been doing stuff that I never in my life thought I would be doing, like DIY stuff, do it yourself. But when you're put in a position in life where you have no choice but to do it yourself or pay someone to do it, DIYs become part of your life. And it's not like everyone can afford to pay someone to come in and fix a problem. But I learned when I became Glenn's caregiver, I learned to get in the mentality of you're going to have to do it. You're going to have to do it all. And if it's something I don't know how to do, you better learn how to do it. So I'm grateful for YouTube University, where I have learned everything I have done, I have learned to do from YouTube videos. And people knock technology, but there's good and bad of technology, because without technology, you and I wouldn't be YouTube friends. I wouldn't be putting videos out if it weren't for technology, and so there are some good in technology. I wouldn't be able to look up how to do something so quickly in the YouTube videos. But there's bad in technology too, because people can just get so comatose by technology, like their faces are always looking at the phone or your tablet or whatever. Walking down the street, they're staring at their phone, and even like when I go outside in the morning with Gypsy and we're sitting out there, I have my phone out there along with the two-way radio, just in case Glenn drops his radio in the house. He can call me on the phone. But there are times I'll sit there and I'll pick it up to look at the weather or whatever, and then I think to myself, put that phone down. You're out here to look at nature in your backyard. So I still take the phone out for the purpose of, in case Glenn has to call me from the house. But that's what I mean when people can get so comatose by technology. And again, there's good and bad in it all. But anyway, going back to what I originally was talking about, doing it yourself, is you just never really realize what you're capable of until you're put in a position where you have to do it. And I think my first DIY in the house was replacing the kitchen faucet. All of a sudden I go to turn on the water and nothing's coming out. And there was no build up to it stopping. It was just like one time I went to turn on the water and it stopped working. So in the past, you know, before we bought the house, Glenn's nephew, because I wasn't very handy and we all knew that I was going to be the one to have to do stuff, do everything. And his nephew says, you know, call me anytime, I'll be over to fix whatever breaks and blah, blah, blah. And we appreciated everything he did for us, but we did have a falling out with him. And we pretty much ended our relationship years ago. And so it was easy for me to call him and say, hey, can you fix this and or that or whatever it may have been. And so when we ended our relationship, you know, the first thing that went wrong was the faucet in the kitchen. So it was like, okay. So now I'm put in a position where I'm going to have to do this. And so Glenn tried to explain it to me, but for me at least, I don't understand it unless I can see it. I'm a visual learner. And so I just looked up YouTube videos on how to change a kitchen faucet. And so I looked at I don't know how many videos just to make sure I understood it. And then I even grabbed my phone and got under the sink and watched the video as I was looking at components of the faucet underneath, the hoses and where they have to go and things like that. So just from looking at that, and I got a better understanding of where things need to go, and I was able to change the kitchen faucet on my own. So that was my first DIY. You need to fix it yourself. But this place is a mess. So yeah, I never in my life thought I would have to change a kitchen faucet. And then after I was done and I went to go test the water, and you wouldn't believe the good overwhelming feeling that came over me when the water came out and it worked. So I was like so happy that I was able to do it. And I really think it was that point that really made me realize, okay, everything that goes wrong, you're going to have to fix it. So thank God we haven't had too many things go wrong. But yeah, it was that video of changing not changing, but tearing down the king size mattress because that bed was falling apart. The rails were bad and it took up most of the room, and it was just not a good mattress anymore. So I knew the big daunting task was upon me to get it out of the house, and to just slide it out of the house was not going to be feasible because it was a huge mattress, and I knew there's no way I was just going to be able to drag it out of the house as a full mattress. So again, I turned to YouTube videos on how to tear down a king-size mattress or any mattress to drag it out, drag it out of the house. And there I learned how to do it, and I did it, and I did the video on it. I wasn't going to record the video on it, but I thought, well, if I record it, maybe somebody else will learn from it if they ever have to do it. So that's how that video came upon. All right, I'm going to go in the food pantry and I'll be back. All right, everyone, so I am out of the food pantry, and yeah, just to, I guess, wrap up my story. It's not really a story, but it was just about, I think we're capable more of what we think we are when we're put in a position where you have to do it. And I think that's I don't know why I thought about this, you know, maybe watching that video, but I'm thankful that I was able to do the things I needed to do, and I pray that in the future, if I need to repair something, that I'm able to do it without cost, extra cost I should say. And I'm thankful for just the fact that there hasn't been too much I had to do, but what I had to do was eye-opening, I guess, that I could do it, that I'm capable of. If you put your mind to it and pray to God to help you. But even with the simple tasks, you know, as a caregiver and having to do all the chores myself, when I trim, when I cut grass, when I cut down branches of the trees, and when I'm done, I feel accomplished. But I also thank God for giving me the ambition and the strength to do it all. Because without God, I couldn't do any of it. So if you're in a position that you might have to do something yourself, it's natural to have that panic mode set in right away, but you just have to take a breather and just calm yourself down and put your mind to it, I guess. So yeah, I guess that's all I wanted to say about that. That we are capable more of doing more than we think we can. So that's that. Alright, so I am going to cut the video off now because I'm sure it's long enough, and I will see you guys at home. I will do the food pantry haul. I'm not sure if it'll be in this video or if I go to tomorrow's pantry, that I'll put them both together again. So alright, so if I don't attach anything else to this video, Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend with me and for watching my videos. I appreciate all the support from all of you. And with that, remember to live life, be good to yourself, and be good to others. Until next time. All right, everyone. So I came back on because I thought of another situation where I had to do it myself. And that's when we had water damage to the inside of our cargo trailer. And so I actually had to tear it apart inside. I took off walls and I had to scrub all the mildew off. You know, I used vinegar and whatever. I don't even remember what else I used, but I ended up having to take off the paneling that we had up, the paneling that looks like wood, and our barn board. And that was all destroyed on one side, so I took all that off. I had to take off the wood walls and scrub it all down. I had to, you know, all the way up from one side of the trailer to the V, and I took all those walls down. And then I actually, before I took down the walls of the V, I had to take off that heavy countertop that's all wood. And you know, Glenn was telling me to ask the neighbor to help me, but I needed to know that I could do it myself. You know, for me, I guess it's a pride thing. Maybe because I don't ask for help very easily. Yeah, I could have very easily gone across the street, asked for help. We could have done it in, you know, so fast, but I needed to know that I could do these things myself. And I did. I pulled off, I held it up with my shoulder, and yeah, so I drug it out myself. And then, you know, after I got everything cleaned up and I had to put it all back, and you know, the countertop was the most daunting because it was heavy, and I had to set it in place so I could put a couple screws in to keep it there while I set it all up. But once I got the countertop in and out, you know, of course the walls went in first. But that was tearing apart the inside of that trailer. Oh, I had to do the ceiling as well. And that was a big task. I think that task was bigger than replacing the kitchen faucet. But I did it, and I was really proud of myself that I did it without asking for help. And yeah, sometimes you do have to ask for help, but for me it's like I don't want to ask for it until I have no choice. And yeah, so I just thought of that as another time I had to do it myself. And so okay, that's it. See you guys later.